You're listening to Living Podcariously, bringing you real men's perspectives, unfiltered, unapologetic, and uncensored. Recorded live in the Living Podcariously studio in world-famous Cocoa Beach, Florida.
To Living Podcariously, the only show that brings real men perspectives, unfiltered and unapologetic.
Well, unapologetic might not be the best. We've rebooted the show twice now, so maybe we are apologetic.
Yeah.
Maybe we should strike that line.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, not your fault. That's definitely not your fault.
I got you, but as always, I am one of your hosts, and my name is Tach, and across from me is...
I am Adam. Thanks for listening, guys. We appreciate it.
And today's show, Adam's going to take care of most of the show, running the topics. He has some things he wants to talk about, and then I'll chime in a little bit later. So,
yeah, sounds good.
Adam, what you got?
You're looking a little bit more relaxed over there, by the way. You got yourself a nice little new seat on the couch. You kicked all the guests out and all the other co-hosts, so we got some freedom of seats in here now, huh?
I know, it's kind of nice. It's the most comfy I've ever been.
And this is the best you've ever sounded, so...
You stop it.
Just saying.
Oh, I got this pulled up.
Yeah, it's just me and Tach in studio for this show this week. We no longer have Ron in studio. We miss him. Ron is going to do a little call-in later for us. He's got a sports segment we're going to give him. Ron hosts another podcast called Unsquish the Fish. He's been doing that one for a while, though. He's been doing that in tandem with us out of his house.
Yeah, that was his primary one.
Yeah, and
that was the one paying his bills.
Dude, when I saw the downloads, I'm like, oh, man, he's got like... thousands more than whatever. You know what I mean.
Yep.
But hey, it's sports, man. That draws a very specific niche.
Yeah.
That is what it is. But yeah, we also had Scarlett. So Scarlett is currently no longer on the reboot. She's not here. And we talked about something last week on the podcast about having open auditions to fill the female role for Living Podcariously, because I think it's important to have that female perspective in here. And Tach, I got some pretty good feedback, dude.
Yeah?
Yeah, I got some pretty good feedback.
Yeah?
Yeah. If the older listeners will know, not like the elderly listeners, but our fans from prior, fans sounds pretentious, our listeners from prior, when we had the other shows.
People younger than us is what you're saying.
Yes, exactly. They might have heard episodes with Kim Kennedy on here. Yeah. She's one of the people who was interested in coming in studio and maybe filling that role for the female perspective on Living Podcariously with us. Also had April. Some of the listeners may remember April as well. She's interested. And then I got like 3 emails from random people that I don't even know, that aren't our friends or anything like that. So they're interested in coming and auditioning for the spot.
They live locally as well?
Yeah. Well, let's put it this way. They made the commitment to be able to be here every night we do the recordings.
Oh, wow.
So as long as we stick to a schedule, then they can make it up here. They can arrange their work schedule to do what we want them to do. Well,
we can have our game show?
Yes, we can.
Yay. We could do like a dating game version or something.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Bachelorette number 2.
So wait a minute, because I'm in a relationship now. I've got a girlfriend that I'm monogamous with.
We're not going to date them.
I would have to be like the moderator, and you could be like the bachelor answering the questions and asking her.
I would ask them, if I was the lollipop, tell me what we would do on our date.
You're the single guy, can you request no shirts when they come in? I mean, that's
when you come in, we're going to have to ask you to be topless, adamant. Well, clothing is optional. We don't have to be specific. They can be bottomless, too. That's just as fine with me, too.
All right, so the interesting thing about that female role is I wanted to talk to you about this live, get your actual, reaction to this, but the original, the OG, Scarlett, has shown interest in coming back in.
Okay.
So she said that that her work schedule kind of lightened up here recently, and she really misses doing the show. She misses coming over here drinking beer and, talking shit. So, dude, you're half the show. So what's your perspective? Are we gonna put her in there with the rest of them to do an audition, or should we
maybe
give her the spot?
So.
I mean, I'm open to either. I'm open to either way.
I'm kind of thinking
audition just to have the girls in here.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
well, we could look. Hey,
I mean,
these girls don't listen. Well, maybe they do, but we could have the auditions, and if you still like having Scarlett, and we could just give it to Scarlett and just have the girls come in here and act a fool, and then
act a fool.
Well, we do. We are offering a hell of a good salary.
Yeah, that's true.
Just kidding.
Lots of benefits.
There is no salary at all.
I'll handle the benefits.
Free back rubs out of Tach for the show.
Well, for me.
Oh, well, yeah, that
I
too.
receive back rubs?
Yeah, but I was going to give you that. What the fuck?
Oh, that's true.
So yeah, she's kind of talked about that a little bit. However, let's also think about things that were part of the show before we did this latest reboot. Our logo is a picture of Kim Kennedy from In Studio. I know you remember that.
Yeah.
Ron wasn't here for that, but I was here. Right. I wasn't the one taking the picture. If for the listeners who are new to Living Podcariously, the Living Podcariously logo, which is a girl inside a beer glass with headphones around the beer glass.
Well, they can see it, sweetie. They just look down. It's right there.
It's on their phone. She posed here in our studio for that in one of those little Brazilian, tee-back, thong-back, whatever the hell they are, bikinis. And let's just say that was a fun day to be on Living Podcariously podcast. Tach got a better view than I did. But
I did. And saw a little something.
And Ron wasn't here.
No, Ron wasn't here that day.
We did it before Ron got here. Wait. We shot the photos before Ron got here.
Yeah, let's also not make it sound bad for Kim Kennedy either.
No, that's a good point.
Yeah, we didn't do anything sexual or anything at all with Kim Kennedy.
That is true.
Strictly professional with her.
I don't think we're her type.
No, definitely not.
I don't think. My buddy Jason, by the way, up in Seattle, was the one who edited the photos. So our photos weren't silhouette photos; they were real photos. And then my boy Jason did a little bit of Photoshop magic and actually hooked us up with a good what is it called, vector graphics, so we can use it for mugs or fucking posters or whatever whatever we want to do if we ever get famous. Just saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, Kim is interested. So out of all of the females that are interested, April would only be a short term. She's going to be going up to University of Florida. Kim could potentially be long term for us. Mm-hmm. Scarlett, who knows? I mean,
now we are wanting to do marketing. So remember, this female, you and I are not that great to look at.
Yeah, this is true.
I mean, you're much handsomer than I am.
Well, both Scarlett and Kim. Of course, I'm biased because I had a relationship with Scarlett, but both Scarlett and Kim are good-looking girls.
No, April is too.
Helps.
I mean, they're all three good-looking. But
yeah, agreed. But April's short term.
Right. But we don't know about these other girls, and we do kind of want her to be somewhat attractive. True. I mean, not to sound shallow and whatever.
No, dude, you're spot on because let's be honest. People click on images or watch the videos often, driven. I mean, sex sells. Yeah. That's what it does. Mm-hmm. Having a female on the show does two things for us, especially if she's good looking. We get that, that clickbait. And then we also have, I need somebody in here that wants to actually participate and show their...
She's got to be smart, too.
Got to show their opinion. Oh, she's got to be smart? Well, that rules out Scarlett and Kim. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah, she's got to be able to go back and forth. She's got to be able to, be somewhat opinionated.
Multitask. Yeah.
Not just a pretty face.
Two dicks at once. Is that what you're...
Yeah.
No.
She got to be able to go ATM. No, I'm just kidding. It's terrible. It's jokes.
So what have you been up to, man? It's been a week since we recorded last, or maybe a little bit longer than that, but
yeah,
what have you been up to? Been doing anything?
I was sick for a while, but I'm okay now.
Yeah, you're all right, so what is it? Because my current girlfriend is redheaded. Right. Can I say ginger since I'm dating a ginger? Is that allowed?
I suppose.
All right, so my girlfriend's straight ginger. She's pale, light colored skin.
Right.
Doesn't burn. I mean, doesn't tan, just straight burns.
Right.
Light blue, the whole 9 yards. You're very typical. Got freckles, whatever. You're also redhead, ginger, whatever. However, she's never really been sick. You, from what Ron said, had never really been sick. You don't really get sick that often. You guys have some sort of special fucking immunity I need to know about?
Well, I usually get about 1 or 2 colds a year. That's about normal. But this was my first cold I've gotten in almost 2 years.
Huh.
It's nuts.
Okay.
I was starting to think it was unbreakable like Bruce Willis, but turns out not so much.
Are you lift every weight on the bench at once?
And then my son held a pistol to me, and then it was a bad day. But
so did you do anything special for Valentine's Day? I was going to try to get you a date set up, but the date that I had fell through. She was up north, so
she saw a picture of me, didn't she?
No, had nothing to, actually, I never got the chance to show her the picture. She was gone out of town.
Oh yeah, Valentine's Day. That's right. I did nothing.
Oh
yeah. No, I didn't do anything. Actually, I had my son. So.
Oh, that's cool. I did
my Valentine.
So I got Andrea a few things for Valentine's Day. Nothing too much because I don't have a whole lot of money, but the little bit that I did have, I spent. Dude, she asked me what I wanted for Valentine's Day. We've only been dating a little over 5-6 weeks, whatever the hell it's been at this point. So she asked me, she goes, what do you want for Valentine's Day? I said, to be honest, the only thing I would really want because of the timing of this release of this movie was to go see Deadpool. And she kind of giggled at the same time. She works at one of those, fancy, hair salons up in Cocoa.
Right.
And spas and whatever, all this other stuff. Mm-hmm. And, she said, when I told her that, she giggled, she goes, every other husband or boyfriend of the girls that work there wanted the same thing. That's all that they wanted as well as to go see Deadpool. And I thought, man, that's a hell of a good marketing idea because that's a man's movie. I mean, predominantly driven towards a male demographic.
Right.
How many guys ask their girls to take them to see that movie on Valentine's Day? Because there's no other real movies that were releasing in that same weekend. So it was good marketing, good timing.
Yeah.
Have you seen it yet?
No.
Dude, I won't spoil anything. There are a couple things in there. If you watch any YouTube videos for spoilers, there are a couple spots in there that are fucking hilarious and fantastic. And, I don't ever show emotion in a theater other than laughing or whatever. Dude, I fucking clapped. I corny white dad clapped in the theater when this one particular, I'll say cameo happened. You'll see it when you watch it. Dude, it was fucking great. But
I heard that Ron had told me, I think it was Ron had told me, somebody had told me that Stan Lee's cameo was awesome.
Yeah, that's the one I was referring to. I didn't want to ruin it. I didn't know, he was going to be in there. They talked about that even when the trailers were coming out. This cameo they actually did show at Comic-Con, but if you didn't watch that particular trailer, you won't see it.
I don't remember it, though.
You missed it?
I did see that, but I don't remember.
Dude, it was fucking great. And let's put it this way. A lot of those movies that come out have all the comedy in the trailers. This one didn't. This one had a lot of comedy in the trailers, yes, but it didn't have all of the comedy that you see in the movie. In the trailers, there was a lot of scenes in there that were just ridiculously funny, and it has a hard R rating for a very good reason. There's a lot of violence, death, gore, some boobs.
I heard,
It wasn't that graphic a sex, to be honest. That could have probably made a PG-13 rating for just the sex part, but the rest of the movie is where it really made its hard R rating.
I heard it's basically just Van Wilder, but with superhero.
Kind of. It's a good mix between Van Wilder. I don't even want to say his other superhero comic that he played. That was just fucking god awful. I heard he makes
fun of it throughout the thing, too.
He does. And see, the funny thing about that is the character in the comics breaks, and I know you know this term, but breaks the fourth wall illusion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And in the comic book, the character does that, and they portrayed that in the movie very well. So you see him talking to the audience all the time, breaking that fourth wall.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, dude, it was great.
Pulls a little Zach Morris, does he?
Yep. There's...
All right.
No, Zach Morris has nothing to do with it, but there is a reference to another... thing from the past that breaks the fourth wall.
Gotcha.
That is awesome. So stay after the credits. You'll see it.
I always do. If I suspect something's going to be after credits,
Marvel,
I always do it.
Dude, Marvel has got that. But.
As long as here's the key. If there's something kind of entertaining to watch during credits, chances are there's going to be a bumper at the end.
Yeah.
Even if it's just like flashing pictures or whatever, if it keeps you captivated, chances are there's going to be something at the end.
It's worth it on this one, especially if you're a fan, and this doesn't spoil it, but if you're a fan of 80s movies. Okay?
I'm your guy.
All right.
I'm the total 80s comedy.
Well, I can't tell you any more about that. I want you to see it live and get that reaction because it was good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, planets aligned, and Stan Lee was given the gift of Ryan Reynolds because he was born to do this role.
Yep.
And
they did talk about some, not in the movie, but in an interview with Ryan Reynolds, they talked about he had, I guess 2 years ago, some footage of this kind of leaked out.
Well, yeah, they did like a computer version.
Oh, okay.
You didn't see that?
No, I didn't see it. I've been actually looking for it.
2 or 3 years ago, yeah.
Huh.
And Ryan Reynolds did the voice of it and all that. And so this was like, that's why it was like what do they call it? Like, it was just like a trial or whatever. I can't remember, but.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah, and so the CGI looked almost as real as, and so is that whole, and there's parts of the movie that are taken from that little scene that they shot, and you can see it, and it's kind of neat. I'm like,
by the way, for our lady listeners, and I know we've got some out there, there's a frontal nude male scene at one point in this. Now, it isn't, definition, and this isn't a spoiler for you because I know you weren't really anticipating seeing junk on the screen, but...
Is it Ryan Reynolds junk?
Yes, he was interviewed about it, and that's him. 100%.
Holy shit, Ron must be excited as fuck.
Yeah, you get to see his junk, and let's just say...
that's Ron's man crush.
Oh, boy's got an elephant trunk swinging another...
Didn't we talk about that on an episode? Who's got the largest dick in Hollywood? And
it wasn't him. He wasn't on that list.
he was on the list.
No, was he on the list?
Yeah.
But no, you definitely do see his junk. It's not CGI'd. Well,
Johnny Pendulum, huh?
Unless it's really good CGI, it's not CGI'd in.
That's cool.
And it did not look like it was Kevin Baconed. You know what Kevin Bacon's?
I remember seeing his junk in Wild Things. Yeah.
Well, so the whole joke behind that is Kevin Bacon, instead of just doing a gratuitous front scene like that, he chubs it up. And I got it. I understand. I'm not saying that that's wrong to do, but dude had a semi in his frontal.
That's
nude
what
scene
I
in
would attempt to do as well. If it was for me.
Well,
Yeah.
dude, look at the two girls he was standing with in that movie. There would be no needing to do any kind of chubbing.
But it
up.
wasn't a scene. That scene wasn't with any girls. It was him and what's his head?
Those two dudes? I don't remember.
He was just getting out of a shower.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, we went from talking about girls taking their shirts off for auditions in here to male genitalia. Holy shit.
See, Kevin Bacon's penis.
Kevin Bacon's bacon. Fucking A. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to coordinate with our boy Ron, come back and do a sports segment with him. So, listeners, you're going to hear a little bit of DJ Constant taking us in and out of the break, and then a short commercial. We don't have many sponsors for the show. We don't want many sponsors. The whole idea is to give you more content than sponsorship because it's annoying as hell. It's not going to be like the radio. But check out our sponsors if you get, even just go to their websites and click on their shit. Because, dude, it helps us out a lot for them to recognize that, listeners of this show like our sponsors. And it's not the, mass sponsorship you're going to get out of some of the other shows where it's going to be Audible or any of those. Maybe we'll do that later, Audible. Just kidding. These are friends and, direct contacts of ours that have thrown up a little bit of funding for us to do it. All right. We'll be right back, guys. Thanks. Check out our new sponsor, Last Drop Vape. They make a premium e-liquid line that is simply fantastic. I vape a lot and use Last Drop Vape's blueberry and strawberry cream. They also have a chocolate that is spot on.
All of Last Drop Vape's premium e-liquids are proudly made in the USA. Their e-juice is bottled in a clean, certified, laboratory used and 100% FDA compliant machinery, meeting AEMSA standards and future FDA regulations.
Visit them at lastdropvape.com or on Facebook at facebook.com/lastdropvape.
If you are interested in becoming a distributor, you can contact them at their website under the wholesaler section. Welcome back to episode 2, Living Podcariously. We're going to do Ron's sports segment here in just a minute coming up, but he's not Skyped in yet. But that's all right.
Maybe he's doing sports things or watching sports stuff.
Could be.
Watching touchdowns or whatever. Strikes.
So you brought this up during the break, but that is a pretty interesting dichotomy between the different personalities that we originally had on air. Yeah. Ron is a sports nut.
Right.
He's first and foremost a Miami Dolphins fan. That's number one. But he also cares about all the other sports, and he keeps up with some of the statistics and some of the playoff schedules or strength schedule, whatever, football, baseball, basketball, whatever, you name it, he's into it. I'm kind of I wouldn't say fair weather fan. I'm a Dolphins fan as well, and a Carolina Panthers fan, irrelevant of them losing the Super Bowl. But I am a football fan, and I'll watch it, and I'll sometimes schedule myself to watch it. I don't really like watching baseball, or some of the other sports are kind of boring. Hockey I love, but I'm kind of a seasonal and, every once in a while kind of sports fan. I know some statistics. I know the rules. I know how fouls work and penalties and whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of middle of the line. And then there's Tach. And what do you think about sports, Tach?
I'm not completely illiterate when it comes to sports. Like, I know the rules of football, and I can watch football and follow it just fine. I have no problems. I used to watch football a lot back in the day when I was younger. I think we talked about that before. But I understand why people get into it. I'm just not into it. I do like the Olympics. I watch the Olympics
really?
whenever those are on. Yeah.
Do you like watching the sports in the Olympics or like the competitions in the Olympics? Wait, winter or summer?
I watch them both.
Yeah?
Yeah. I try to watch as much as I can.
I like some of the Olympics. I like the bobsled or the luge.
Yeah.
Whatever those are called. That's fun as hell to watch.
Curling is entertaining as well. I like that.
Oh, when they shove the little puck down the ice?
Yeah.
And those fuckers get out there with the brooms? You know what? They give me hope because I'm, not exactly in shape, and by God, those guys aren't either. So I could do some curling.
Right, or you could be a professional bowler. I think it's a requirement to be overweight.
I tried my best to spin the ball when I was bowling last time, and dude, I get the heaviest fucking. I get like a 16-pound ball if they've got it there, and I just whale that thing. So my competition in bowling is to see the little speedometer that they've got that judges how fast your ball goes on lane. I tried to get the fastest. I got 21.5 miles an hour last week, or whenever I went last.
Like I do that too. I usually go for speed versus like
accuracy or productivity.
No. I want to be accurate, of course, but like, so I always get the lightest ball I can get. They can stick my fingers in. If I can stick my fingers in one of them with kids' balls, like 6-8 pounder or whatever, I'm there.
You're sidearm pitching that motherfucker.
Yeah. So I'm like, I try to go for speed and try to get the fastest speed up there, and just like that's my goal. Yeah. And I use that kinetic energy to try to throw the pins everywhere.
Yeah, but that does present the disparities between personalities. Me and you are pretty different just because you don't watch sports very much. I watch it occasionally. I can't stand NASCAR. No offense to our NASCAR listeners out there, but I can't stand NASCAR.
That's what they refer to as NASCAR Americans. I heard that somewhere recently. I don't remember where it was, though. But
that's actually a demographic. Bush identified that as well, let me rephrase it. The Bush administration identified the demographic of NASCAR fans, and most predominantly are male. They created the demographic called NASCAR Dads, and that's a demographic of men between like 32 and 48 or something. I don't know. It was some crazy number, but we're typically from the southeastern United States, and certain levels of income. They created that demographic, and by God, that's there now. So that's a marketing demographic for politicians to try to hit and try to get votes out of. It's very interesting.
Interesting, yeah.
I've got another term for NASCAR dads, but I'll keep that to myself. I don't want to get shot by some redneck somewhere.
They're not rednecks, they're NASCAR Americans.
They're fucking rednecks as it gets.
I was watching Top Gear lately. You ever watch that show?
Yeah. They're trying to bring an American actor into Top Gear for the Britain version.
Matt LeBlanc.
Yeah.
Because you heard what had happened, right?
What had happened
with Jeremy Clarkson and oh, well, this was about a year or so ago. He got fired from Top Gear.
Really?
Let's just say creative differences. And I think he literally got into a fist fight with one of the producers. And it was like one of those the straw that broke camel's back kind of thing.
No shit.
Yeah, and they were like, all right, we are done. You're done. You're fired.
Holy shit.
And so the other two said, well, we're not doing the show without him. So we're gone too. And they were like, fine, bye.
That sounds kind of like what happened with Jamie and Adam from Mythbusters. Their whole crew quit on them, I guess, because they're kind of dicks or something. At least that's what rumor is. They can't float the show by themselves, so this is their last season.
Carrie, I love her.
She was a hottie.
She's like she's like perfect. She's a nerd, and she's hot. Oof. Anyway, so they're going off and creating another show, which is pretty much going to be just like Top Gear. But now we got the new season, new crew coming out in May with 2 English guys. Jimmy actually knows more about these guys. He knows about their backgrounds and shit. I guess the other two are actual, like, race car drivers. And Matt LeBlanc actually, I guess, used to race cars too.
Yeah.
And
I say yeah like I know. I have no idea. I take your word for it.
Yeah, so, and if you ever catch him on when he was on Top Gear, he actually got the fastest lap.
Really?
Of almost everybody.
LeBlanc did?
Yeah. Huh. And and plus he's been living in the UK for years now because of that show. He's doing episodes.
Huh.
It's shot over in the UK too, so he's already over there. So
interesting.
Works out.
That's cool. Well, hey, dude, that'd be nice. I'd like to see Top Gear come back. I mean, that was a cool show. They tried it in the US and it kind of fucking bombed, but
yeah. It's not as good.
No.
Not as good as those three, because those three made that show, and it's just them specifically and their senses of humor, and it's just great. I brought it up for another reason, but I don't remember why. Oh, I remember why.
Oh, NASCAR dads.
Yeah, because they had
back on redneck track.
They did an episode where what's his head? I forget his name now. The littler guy of the three of them, because he's like the quote the American out of the three, because he loves like American muscle cars and shit like that. And so he did an episode where he went to NASCAR and hung out there for the day. And they were all kind of making fun of him and going like, why, you know, it's not Formula One, so why are you hanging out with these redneck ass, you know? And so after they were there for the day, they were like, you know, I have to admit, they got their shit together, and Formula One could learn a thing or two from NASCAR. Honestly, no shit.
Well,
that's what they said.
There's no question on their ability to draw fans. I mean, they have 185,000 people at the Daytona 500 last weekend. They've got a one hell of a sponsorship marketing scheme.
But not even that so much. They don't care about that. Just talking about the cars and just like everything about it, as far as like if you're a fan of cars and racing and shit like that part of it.
You know, one of the things that frustrates the hell out of me is I talk to an actual NASCAR fan. So, you know, a diehard and wearing number 3, you know, whatever. I kind of brought it up in conversation and the guy got offended. And I didn't mean to offend him. I wasn't trying to, but you go to let's talk football for a second. You go to a football game or even a soccer game and, you know, real football, and you hear the roar of the crowd go up and down depending on where the ball or where the, you know, football or where the soccer ball happens to be in this area. And then when a goal is scored, that's when the fans go crazy. Right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about NASCAR for a second. When is it that every fan in the stadium jumps up to pay attention and starts to roar and scream and holler?
When there's an accident?
Right. Because that's what I said. I said, all you're doing is watching the cars go around and then waiting for that accident to happen. Now, I don't want anybody to get hurt. However, that's when people get the most excited in NASCAR. Those are the highlight reels from NASCAR. And I told
that in the last couple laps.
Yeah, well, yeah, that too. You see the most aggressive driving those last couple. They should just make the race 2 laps. I mean, just fucking balls out.
You know, can I stop for 2 seconds?
Yeah.
I have a kind of funny story. I remember one year, the Derby, the horses, the Derby.
Oh, Kentucky Derby?
Yeah, Kentucky Derby.
Triple Crown?
Yeah, that was going on one time, and I was like, and the girl I was with at the time, apparently she watches it every year. She's not really into it. It's just a family tradition she just always did.
She just likes the male horses.
I guess.
Got it.
And so, Kentucky Derby's on. Let's watch it. I'm like, okay. So we get it going. It starts. Boom. You know, goes. I'm like, all right, cool. After one lap, they're done. And I'm like, that's it?
Yeah.
And they're like,
it's a long ass lap, but yeah.
And I was like, just one lap? And she brought it, you know, she brought up a good point. It kind of made me feel stupid. You know, it's like, it's not the Daytona 500. They're going to make these horses run like 500 miles. You know, it's just like, oh, that's a good point. I really thought about these are like living creatures.
A NASCAR's pulling like 600 or 800 horsepower. Those horses are pulling one.
Yeah, well, it's just one horsepower.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. Make them go a lot longer. I like that idea. Should have camel races. Be like Dubai or some shit. You know, these camels that are able to go forever.
Pull over, have to drink. You know, that's what I'm thinking. You know, well, I don't think there was going to be a pit or anything, but
switching out jockeys, that'd be hilarious. Like they're changing tires at the
right. Have changed out the horseshoes and shit.
I was never trying to offend a NASCAR driver by saying the most exciting part is the wrecks, but let's be honest, the most exciting part is the wrecks. That's when everybody pays attention. And he did not like that too much. All right, Tach, dude, let's get ready to do Ron's sports segment intro. What do you think?
All right. Well, what were you thinking?
You know, I don't know. Maybe something like da-na-na, da-na-na.
No, that's copywritten.
Fuck.
Sure.
All right. Okay. How about this? Oh,
let's
Can you use that one either? What the?
You want us to get sued?
Fuck. All right.
Come on now.
Well, fine. What were you thinking?
I don't know. How about something basic like, now here's Ron with sports.
All right. Boring, but fine.
Welcome to Unsquish the Fish, the podcast where bloggers, writers, and Fins fans come to talk everything Miami Dolphins and bask in the glow of aqua and orange. And now, for the host of Unsquish the Fish, Ron Kenneth. Fins up, fins up, fins up.
All right, live on the phone from parts unknown is Ron with the sports segment.
And now it's Sports with Ron.
Sports with Ron. From
that's what we're going with? That's really the intro that I'm doing?
No. We have a better one. We have a better one canned for you.
I don't know.
Tach already shot down a couple of my ideas. I wanted to go with something a little bit more, I don't know, industry standard? Oh, no, copywritten. Yeah, copywritten is the right word to use there.
Copywritten's the right word.
What are you going to be like, da-na-na, da-na-na?
Shush.
That's exactly what I was going to do. I actually did. I said, let's get ready. And before I could get it out, Tach's like, no, we're going to get sued.
Living Podcariously is not.
Yeah, exactly. Very good. Tach and I kind of already did the dichotomy between the three of us being, you know, Tach being kind of not anti-sports, but very little sports, me being a little bit of a fair weather, middle of the road kind of guy, and you being the sports nut. So, for our listeners that remember Ron used to be one of the main co-hosts of the show. He's had another podcast that he's been doing for a while for the Miami Dolphins fan podcast called Unsquish the Fish. So we'll put that in the show notes. Go check it out. It's all over Facebook as well. So he does a fan podcast for that. But Ron, on
Twitter.
our show,
Don't forget about Twitter now.
And that is, what's your handle on Twitter?
Unsquish the Fish.
At Unsquish the Fish.
Yes.
Hey, by the way, you got closer to your microphone there. That sounded really good.
I normally have a little microphone stand,
there we go.
but I'm in my daughter's room right now.
Well, put the Barbies down, baby. It's time to do this, okay?
Yeah.
If you could hold on for like 2 minutes, I could get the microphone stand so I can talk closer to the mic.
That's fine. It sounds way better when you're close to it.
All right, hold on 1 second.
That's what she said. So we kind of got interrupted by you adjusting your mic. What was your Twitter handle again? It's at Unsquish the Fish. Is that right?
Correct.
All right. At Unsquish the Fish is where you can find Ron on Twitter. And when he starts periscoping from his daughter's closet, I guess.
I will never be periscoping.
It's a good thing, my friend.
Actually, I was thinking about periscoping next year. Last year I did a tweet fest of the Dolphins scrimmage game. So I may try and sneak in Periscope it this year, but I don't know if I'll get in trouble for that because I don't really like you to do that.
Oh, that's a good point. Hey, you know what? You can always ask for forgiveness when you're in court.
Yeah, this is true. Well, I wouldn't do that. They would just probably grab my phone or something.
Yeah, you got like a press pass kind of, right, to get down to the Dolphins camp?
I absolutely do not have a press pass. I wish. Only the real journalists get press passes. I just get to go like everybody else.
Okay.
Ew.
All right, Ron, so this is your segment, dude, so you kind of have at it and do what you want to do. You're going to educate Tach and me on current topics and sports-related shit, and, dude, this is your number, so do what you want to do with it, man.
All right, we're going to go with some 3 of the more top stories going on right now. So first and probably the least interesting to most people would be the NFL Combine. That's where all the college players come to get measured, weighed, watched, looked at. It always kind of reminds me of the old Bugs Bunny commercials when he would go watch the dog races.
What do they get? What do they get measured?
The dog but he would check out their teeth.
Sounds
he would
exciting.
check out their tails.
Is there any way? Is this like a spectator part too?
Yeah. Well, it's on television. I don't know that people actually go watch it per se just to watch it. But
can I just go watch it?
I don't know that people just go watch it to watch if there's tickets. There may be, but
I'm just making a joke, Ron.
Yes, I got you. But every coach will be there, every GM, every scout you could imagine will be in Indianapolis for the NFL Combine. Starts at a couple days. They bring in different units like linebackers, cornerbacks, kind of all go at different times. Sweet. Getting their measured speed, all that stuff. So it's a pretty big deal in NFL circles, but anybody who isn't paying real close attention to the NFL doesn't give a crap or doesn't even know that this exists.
So this is where the college kids get to really show off their talent as well, right? Is it kind of like a recruitment drive?
It is pretty much. It's not much recruitment as it is. You're going to go there.
Oh, for draft.
Yeah, for the draft. Show what you got to try and improve your draft position. You'll also do interviews. You'll take tests, something called the Wonderlic Test. I don't know if you ever heard of that.
Whoa. I've got a whole different idea for what that is than I think of what it really is. Why don't you explain that? The Wonderlic Test?
It's just an aptitude test, like many others. Honestly.
So, like who are the prospects? Is anybody can do this, or these are all handpicked?
No, you have to be invited. So It's about 200 and something players that'll be from the college ranks invited to the Combine.
Gotcha.
Anybody you got your eyes on?
For the Dolphins, we're just really watching. I mean, as fans, we're mostly going to be watching the linebackers and the cornerbacks because that's really our biggest needs. We have many, but those are the biggest.
So as a Dolphins fan as well, was this season, to the professional fan, which is you, was this season a letdown for, what's his name? Demonic and Sue to you? Because it was kind of a letdown for me. He didn't show up.
Did you say Demonic and Sue?
Yeah, isn't that his name?
This Ndamukong Suh, but I kind of like Demonican better.
Ndamukong. What's his name?
Ndamukong.
I like.
Just say Sue.
Puerto Rican.
What? You know what? I don't know.
Is he Dominican?
Dominican Sue. From now on, Dominican or Demonic Sue is what it is.
Dominican Sue. Yeah. No, it's.
Was he as big of a letdown to you as he was to me? Because I was hoping he was going to come out and just fucking level people, and he did it a little bit, but not like I was, really hoping for.
Yeah, he was a letdown for most Dolphins fans. I've been on a few podcasts or had people on my podcast recently that would argue that a little bit, but I don't see what basis they're pulling their information from. He was a big letdown.
I got an email actually because I put a post out there for the sports segment with Ron. I didn't tag you in it because I didn't want you to see it, and I wanted some feedback from our listeners to try to give you some, maybe some, attaboys or whatever for having your other podcast going again. And I got one email that I wanted to read to you real quick. It's from, and his email's got a profanity word in it. I'm not going to use his email, and I don't want to have our listeners kind of blow up his email account. But his name's Vinny, and he really wants to know when the fuck you coming back to the show, Ron? What the fuck, man? No, I'm just kidding.
Nice.
That's all. I'm all kidding.
That guy's a dick.
That Vinny guy. All right, so I'll move on to my next topic. If I think I've beat the NFL Combine enough. You guys have obviously you've heard of basketball, right, Tach? You know what basketball is? The volley, put it in the hoop.
Yeah. I've seen that before. They do.
It's got that guy Leroy
strikes.
James in it or something.
Basketball
exactly,
Jones. Yeah.
Gotcha. So last year's winners, Golden State Warriors, are an unbelievably good team this year. They're currently 49-5. The best record ever is from the Bulls back in the mid-90s, and I think 96, 97, somewhere in there.
Go Jordan.
Yeah, Jordan. Yeah, back in the Jordan days, they were 72-10. So
he really did a good Space Jam, didn't he? I don't know.
Bugs dunked on him. Just saying.
Nice. At Marvin Martian at 49-5. They're definitely on pace to break that record of the 72-10 Bulls team, and they appear unstoppable. I mean, pretty much to give you some, to kind of quantify it a little bit. San Antonio Spurs, they're really good this year too. They're 47-9, but each time they've played the Golden State Warriors, they just get destroyed. I mean, it's not even close. I mean, that's how good Golden State is this year. They look unstoppable, trying to get to 73 wins into a second straight championship.
Hold up. So did you say they were 47-9?
No, they're San Antonio is 47-9.
Right.
Golden State that's just
a one season,
and they destroy San Antonio when they
that's
play.
one season.
How many games do they play in a season for basketball, Ron?
82.
Oh shit!
Well, that's like baseball. Baseball is like 160 games, right?
162 games, I believe.
Holy shit! And football is like what, like 16, 13, something like that.
16. Yeah.
Jesus.
Exactly. Well, that's what part of what makes football so popular is the. You thirst for it more. You can't turn on and see your favorite team play every day or every third day like you can in baseball and basketball.
Now, how long is basketball season? How long is basketball season?
How long? It starts in October, and usually the finals wrap up late June to right around the beginning of July. I think late June is when the finals wrap up. So if you're a team in the finals, you're playing from October to June.
God damn.
And football is like what, like 4 months?
They just reported to spring training here within the last few days. And if you're in the finals, or in the World Series, I should say, I believe that goes all the way through October. So it's a very long season in baseball. Hockey's the same way, very long season.
Hockey games are fun, dude. I like going to hockey games.
Yeah, I've never actually been to one. One of these days, I'll check one out.
So speaking of basketball, Ron, anything good in line for our local boys, the Orlando Magic? Anything?
Man, they've got some pretty decent players, and they just their management always seems to they get some good players, they draft them, develop them a little bit, and then they trade some away. It's very frustrating to be a Magic fan. I got to be honest with you.
You know what though? It's not a non-profit agency. They trade them away for good profits, I'm sure.
Yeah, I do. I mean, it's just like they're reminding me of the old LA Clippers back in the day. For many years, the Clippers they were not interested in winning. They were interested in making money. That's all they did, and somehow found a way to make money without winning. They would never keep good players. They would never sign big players. But then they decided one day, let's do it. They collected enough talent that they went for it. They started keeping guys, getting guys. Now they have a good team. Now, of course, they're not anywhere near Golden State or even San Antonio, but they're a good team, and they've been a good team now for a few years. So, I mean, if Magic just need to get off the horn and decide we're gonna try and actually keep some of this talent and be a good team, but they keep just trading players away. It's very frustrating.
Are you going to have any football, soccer talk in your segments, or is that
soccer? No, you will, unless it's the World Cup or the Olympics, you're never going to hear me talk about soccer.
The little bit of soccer news that I got for it actually comes out of Jimmy Kimmel. They had what's his name, the actor in Elf. Help me out here.
The actor where?
In Elf, the movie Elf.
Will Ferrell?
Will Ferrell. Will Ferrell actually said he was now a part owner of the LA, whatever the hell the team is that they've got out there for the MLS.
The LA Riots?
I think it's the LA Galaxy.
The LA Riots is the best name of a soccer team in the world.
I didn't make it up. It's from the movie Basketball. They have one of the teams is the LA Riots.
So you took credit for that joke there for a minute. Yeah. All right, good cover. But no, he's going to be part owner of that team out there, which is kind of cool. I mean, a lot of celebrities are getting involved in that because it's the new jam. I think soccer's finally going to start to take off a little bit in the U.S. We'll see.
It's slowly been trying to come in. I've noticed it's been trickling in slowly.
The thing about soccer is I should say over in Europe, it doesn't have the competition like it does here in the U.S. Just a fact. They don't have football, at least a really big league like we do. I mean, the NFL rules the roost, and then you also have the Major League Baseball, basketball, so I mean, even hockey. So they don't really have – soccer is their number one sport. And NFL, it's kind of growing over in I'd say more in the UK. Eventually there may be a team, an actual NFL team over in the UK. But for right now, they are growing some fans. There's a lot of Dolphins fans over there, but fans of many NFL teams.
I know that Daniel Radcliffe, Harry Potter, is like a huge NFL fanatic. So
yeah, no, it's definitely growing in the UK, but soccer still rules the roost in Europe for sure.
Cool.
All right, guys, I got one more story I want to talk about.
All right, let's hear it.
All right, dude.
Feed
it to us.
Have you guys heard of Taintgate?
That sounds too close to something else.
So we've already plugged Unsquish the Fish, and we're going to plug Taint Funny a little bit with that. But is this something to do with Taint Funny podcast that Tach hosts as well?
No.
New episode available every Monday night?
So what happened, and probably just a few days after the Super Bowl, maybe just right around the Super Bowl time, a Title IX lawsuit was filed. That's like a sexual harassment lawsuit, if you will, was filed against the University of Tennessee. In that, they cited many examples of sexual harassment and just a bad work environment for women in general. Well, mentioned in there was an incident with Peyton Manning back in 1996 where he was in a training room and he pretty much teabagged one of the female trainers
That's awesome.
when he was a sophomore. Now, Taintgate is...
this is all alleged, right?
It's not... No. Admittedly so. It's done. It was already sued for back in the 90s.
He did it? He actually admitted to it?
Yeah, well, he said... he was trying to moon somebody, and he accidentally did it, but many witnesses have.
My balls just happened to fall on her face. I don't know what happened.
Straight teabagging. So
that makes me like him a little bit more. I'm just gonna say. I mean, I don't advocate sexual harassment in any form of the word. However, that's kind of funny. I'm just saying.
It's pretty funny.
I'm sure it wasn't funny to her, but yeah.
Yeah, right.
So they sued.
This would have never been a lawsuit had he not made it and been a multimillionaire at this point.
Well, the lawsuit actually, he was just a small mention of the lawsuit just to show a history of sexual harassment, and that's the only reason it kind of came to light. She had sued back in the 90s. She sued Tennessee for $300,000, and with that became a non-disclosure. Well, in 2003, he wrote a book. And he also mentioned this incident in his book. Why he did that, I have no idea. And so she sued him again for the non-disclosure. There was a settlement on that, although we don't know what the settlement was. And no one really knew about this because in 96 and 2003, there wasn't really a lot of social media. In 96, there was none. In 2003, I don't know if there was hardly any at all. Very little.
He got sued twice for the same act.
Well, no, once was for the act, once was for the non-disclosure agreement he broke in 2003. So there's only once for the act. But actually, it was Tennessee that was sued for the act, not Peyton Manning.
It just reminds me of something like Jackie from Seinfeld would be like, Who told you to write in a book? I didn't tell you to write in a book.
Who told you to put the bomb on?
Damn. So Tank, where's the relevance of this again? So you said it's just kind of surfaced.
What now?
It resurfaced because of the Title IX lawsuit, and it was mentioned, and most people just didn't know about it. So everybody was like, "What? This happened?"
Oh, they were just looking for things
really knew about it.
They were just looking for things to discredit him for.
I wouldn't even say that. It's not that anybody was looking for it. It's that Tennessee is suing, or not Tennessee, a women's right activist or something like that is suing Tennessee for sexual, just an environment of sexual harassment. And this incident was just named as one of many incidents. But because of the lawsuit, somebody read, wait, Peyton Manning did this? We didn't even really know about it. I mean, I'm sure people in closer circles obviously knew about it, but it wasn't a mainstream story. So obviously, in this day and age, here's the thing. The journalist, if something happens that looks like it might even be hinting at news, you have to run with it. Because before, you could pick and choose. If you didn't want to run with it, it didn't get run with. Now, if you don't run with it, guess who does run with it? Social media.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So now everything gets run with. But this was also piled up on an incident 2 months ago where Al Jazeera America reported that Peyton Manning had HGH sent to his house in his wife's name. So
what is that?
So like two incidents in a row.
HGH is a human growth hormone. It's something that, in some sports, in some athletic circles, to include the MMA, it's been talked about allowing the use of HGH because it's only replacing your body's natural growth hormone as it is. It's not a advancement over like a steroid or something. It's human growth hormone. So something your body would normally produce during adolescence and puberty and things like that to boost your body's metabolism and to, make you grow and develop, more bone structure and things like that.
Gotcha.
And when it's used, and I'm not a scientist of any stretch of the imagination, but when it's used in older men like over 30, let's say, it helps to boost that metabolism to get you ripped and to cut your, lean fat down, all that. So it's really good, but it doesn't actually have any long-term effects as long as it's used properly, kind of like heroin.
Okay. And so it's just a couple incidents in a row, just kind of, both ended up taking Peyton Manning's really clean, squeaky clean image and making it look bad. But it's just interesting that twice in a row now, 2 years in a row, the winning Super Bowl quarterback has been mired in some kind of scandal right after the Super Bowl. Brady last year with the Deflategate and Manning this year with Taintgate. Not an official name.
Conspiracy theories.
But yeah, that's about it, man. That's my sports wrap for this week.
So
guys.
before we let you go, Ron, I got a sports question for you. I kind of loaded it up before the show a little bit. So this ties sports as well as video game genre from the late 80s. All right, so we all were children of the video games back then. So let's see if you guys can get this one. Speaking of sports, your girl, Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey has announced that she wants to play the lead role in a movie. I don't know who's making it, but in a lead role of a movie that's going to be coming out here real soon. I'll give you the character's name. Ron, you already know it, don't you?
I already know the name of the movie.
All right, let's see if Tach can get this. Tach, I'm going to give you the name of the character she wants to play. Let's see if you can name the game. Name the game from the 80s.
Okay.
And if Tach doesn't get it, Ron, take over. So the name that she wants to play, of the character she wants to play, is Samus Aran.
Is this video game?
Video game from the late 80s. Late 80s, early 90s, right, Ron? Late 80s, early 90s?
Oh, see, I thought you were talking about the movie she was going to be in.
Yeah, this is the movie. The character's name in the movie, she's going to be the lead actress for, or she wants to be, that she's announced that she wants to be. The name of the character in the movie is Samus Aran. You hear the puppies in the background?
Yes, I did.
I am puppy sitting Scarlett's puppies.
You guys have pizza coming, don't you?
It's already here.
No, we didn't order pizza tonight.
We ordered subs.
Yeah, subs.
Oh, okay.
It was here earlier.
Same place, but different
I don't know who that is.
Ron?
Well, I thought the name of the movie she was doing was Roadhouse, but I thought the character's name was Dalton.
No,
am I wrong?
That's not a video game, though. That's a hell of a good movie, but no, that's not a video game. Yeah, I heard about that too, but no, this is a video game.
Roadhouse.
Then you don't know it either. So Samus Aran, as soon as I say the game, all right, let me give you another hint. It's a girl. Well, that's kind of obvious because she's a girl. You don't in a video game. You don't find out to the very end of the video game that it was a girl that you were playing this entire game.
Doom?
I don't know.
Is it Doom? I don't know.
Metroid.
I don't even know what that is.
I've never heard of that game.
What the fuck? So Tack, you host a goddamn media podcast and you don't know video games from the Metroid's like one of the biggest video games from the 80s. You're that little fucking dude that jumps around and shoots shit and like kills aliens and
you
jumps.
You described like every video game back then.
You know what? I take that back. You're right. All right, yeah, but no, she wants to be Samus, which is a chick that was Metroid in the video game Metroid. Look it up, Ron. It's pretty good facts. Thanks for fucking blowing my spot there, but appreciate that.
I'm more excited about her playing Dalton. Well, her name won't be Dalton on the new Roadhouse remake. That's going to be awesome.
Is she going to lift the girl above her head and spin her around? Oh wait, that's Dirty Dancing.
I don't know.
That's why I said that on Tame Funny. I was like, she should remake all of Patrick Swayze's movies.
As long as she rips some dude's throat out by a lake.
So in Tu Wong Fu, should she dress as a man?
No. I think she got this still covered.
I'm gonna let you guys have at it. Thanks for having me on,
Ron. Man, thanks for calling in. Can we expect this maybe once every week?
Sounds good to me.
Awesome, dude. Hey, tell the old lady we said hello. Kiss your kids goodnight for us.
All right, we'll do.
Yeah, don't do that. It's creepy.
All right, brother. Bye.
Bye, guys. Bye.
All right. So that was Ron and Ron's sports segment. What do you think, Tach? You like it?
Yeah, no, that's cool. It's nice having him on the show again.
Yes, it is. Got a little bit of influence back on Living Podcariously. All right, we're going to take a break, listen to our next sponsor, and we will be right back.
Introducing Rave in a Box, your single online stop for all of your rave and festival goodies. Rave in a Box sells and ships all of your rave and glow toys, along with flow arts, gloves, diffraction glasses, and more. Their simple to use shopping cart and standard 2-day shipping will have your products in your hands just in time for your next performance. Visit them at raveinabox.com, also Facebook and Instagram by searching Rave in a Box.
All right, welcome back to episode 2, Living Podcariously. We want to thank Ron for doing the bit with us, the little segment for sports talk. That's pretty cool. Check him out at
Hell yeah.
Unsquish the Fish. You can find that on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, any of the podcatcher apps that are out there. Check out his Facebook page and his Twitter account at Unsquish the Fish. Especially if you're a Miami Dolphins fan, that's really what that's about. It's not about general sports. That's mostly all Miami Dolphins. I mean, he gets into some other NFL stuff too, but that's pretty much it. But, so throwing back to the 90s, kind of like I did with that Metroid reference, which you don't know what
Metroid
I
don't know that,
is.
Weird.
I went to see Blues Traveler this weekend.
Oh yeah, how's that?
A little John Popper action up on stage.
Yeah, man.
Dude.
Was he still wearing like the vest with all the freaking, what was he always, it always looked like he was wearing like a vest of grenades or something.
He was definitely a weird looking character. There's no question about that. But when I saw him, I don't think he was wearing a vest. I think he was wearing like a big old like linen looking shirt. I don't remember. But I noticed he did have a cast on. He's a lot skinnier than he used to be back in the 90s.
Yeah. I know he dropped a lot of weight several years ago, but you didn't give him the runaround, did you?
No, I didn't.
That's good.
Motherfucker.
He doesn't hit on like that.
So I took, that was actually a birthday present the same day as, my girlfriend, I'm going to say her age, but she had a birthday on that day. So I took her out to Mardi Gras and we did a few things for her. And her boss actually paid for the upgrade tickets to get us into VIP out there, which was really fucking cool. And her boss brought all of the girls from her salon and spa up there and guys too. There's some guys who work there too. Yeah. And, we all hung out. It was free beer.
I've hung out with that crowd before.
Free beer and free liquor drinks.
Oh, nice.
From like 5 to 7:30. So motherfucker got drunk quick. It was nice, but I didn't drink. I drank that free beer and then just bought 1 or 2 beers for the rest of the night. But it was also Mardi Gras up there, so they had a parade and beads and all that fun stuff. It's not like New Orleans. This is a little different.
I went to that Mardi Gras one in the Cocoa Village several years ago. Went to check it out.
Yeah,
and it was a complete waste of time. At least the night that I went. Yeah.
Dude, I had a blast. Now
gotcha. It's all about who you're with,
Yeah, that's a good point. The draw wasn't for me. The draw wasn't Mardi Gras. It was the concert. So seeing Blues Traveler actually playing a concert was fun.
I don't even think there was a concert the year I went.
Really?
Well, it definitely wasn't the night I went. So
that place rocked. We went and partied afterwards at a place called Dog and Bone upstairs. I don't remember what the club's name is. It was the same place you went with us that one time.
Yeah.
And that was pretty packed. It had every genre of person you could find. It had, you had your stoner old dudes that were in there, like 55 plus in there, just fucking rocking out to some booty music.
What are you talking about? Where?
Yeah, upstairs at whatever that place is.
Gotcha.
You had your thugster gangsters that were there. They were certainly representing themselves. You had your your barely over the age to drink crowd that was there. And that was a few of my girlfriend's friends were
right.
You had your, middle-aged perv man. Oh, that was just me.
No, I wasn't there.
Nice. You saw what I was doing to that. But no, it was funny. It was really cool. It was interesting seeing the difference in the personalities that were there, but it was really cool to see everybody was having fun. I mean, there was no real drama there except for girlfriend-boyfriend drama, that kind of shit. But, everybody was just having a good time dancing. The music was all over the place. It wasn't anything one particular type of music. So it was all over the place. It was kind of like house music. But it was fun. We had a lot of good time up there.
That's cool.
So that kind of brings me to, speaking of girls and clubs and boobs and whatever, kind of brings me to what we talked about last week. We had a segment last week. We couldn't figure out a name for it, you and I, and it's where girls submit us, or female listeners of the show, or even male, but generally it's directed by female listeners, send us questions that they want to hear guys answer questions about. So the idea behind it was being a female, cup up to a door or fly on the wall or, something like that. And you said your boy Jimmy may have a little bit of an angle on this. And
he came up, he submitted an idea for the name of the segment. And I like it. Now I'm going to pitch it to you.
Drum roll here. All right, Jimmy, this is make it or break it for you on Living Podcariously. Let's see how it goes.
All right. And so the name of the segment. Well, first of all, what was the segment?
You're going to blue ball me, by the way. Just get it over. No, I'm kidding.
And you've been waiting like 2 weeks already. But first of all, you were saying how you wanted something like a
cup on the door.
It's basically something. Women listening in on
eavesdropping on women. On guys talk. Yes.
Right. So,
and I haven't heard this name yet, by the way, listeners. This is the new one to me.
Yeah. So Jimmy came up with the idea of calling it a guy-a-ry. It's like almost like women peeking in on guys don't really have a diary or a journal, but kind of calling it like a guy-a-ry.
I see the play on word. I like it, but I don't like it because it's diarrhea. Sounds like I just shit myself. But
gonorrhea,
the STDs.
But guy-a-ry.
Guy-a-ry. Fuck it. Let's roll with it. I like it. Look, you know what? We're going to catch some flack for that from some listeners, but fuck it. I like it. So Living Podcariously Guy-a-ry.
Guy-a-ry. Yeah.
That kind of has a little bit of an Irie twist on it as well. Yeah, what Irie, man.
Irie. Everything's going to be Irie.
Irie. All right. No, dude, that rocks. I like it. So Living Podcariously's Guy-a-ry. All right, cool. Is that the only one he came up with?
Yeah, that was
all right. That'll work. All right, so in that fashion, in the Guy-a-ry fashion.
Guy-a-ry. Diary.
Guy-a-ry?
Diary? What do you read? What do girls write in?
A diary.
Yeah, diary. So
this is a guy-a-ry.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay.
So this is the guy's diary. A guy-a-ry.
Yeah, guy-a-ry, not guy-ry.
Not guy-ry.
Yeah,
guy-a-ry. God damn, that's hard to say, Jimmy. Guy-a-ry. Good thing I don't have a stutter. All right. But I had 6 questions submitted again over the course of since the last show.
Nice.
Submitted in for us to offer our guys' perspectives and our answers to. So
all right,
all of these girls are remaining nameless and anonymous.
Right.
Some of them you absolutely know. Some of them I don't know. So let's start off with number 1. This is the first one I got submitted right after my last show. This might have some irony with the time of me calling things off with some of my ex-girlfriends so I can remain monogamous with this current girl. Don't know, but this is a legitimate question submitted by one of our listeners that says, are all of your exes crazy? And this is, of course, in your opinion.
Right,
Do you consider all of your ex-girlfriends or ex-wives crazy? I have an answer for that, but I want you to run with it first.
Okay.
Yes. Adam? I'm just kidding.
No, not at all. I absolutely not at all. Especially my current exes, like my last, let's say 2 to 3. I don't find them crazy at all. In fact, they were, last 2 or 3 were both really just amazing women, and they were just so awesome. I have no problems. I still talk to them somewhat regularly. I'm going to go ahead and include a third. This girl, the last girl, we weren't ever in an official relationship, but we were dating. So last 2 girlfriends and the last girl I dated, so all 3 of them were all amazing women, great women, smart, good head on the shoulders, everything good about them. I still talk to or try to every once in a while. Things just didn't work out because just of timing and things like that. Nobody did anything wrong. erotic mutual breakups and things like it. Hugging it out kind of a thing.
So no crazy ex-girlfriend stories for Tach. No stalkers
No, I never had a stalker, I don't think. I mean, I had some crazies? Maybe, yeah, probably. I have to think about it, but recently, no.
Okay, that's good.
I think I just got lucky.
I have a mixed bag in that one. So one of my exes that everybody knows is Scarlett, who used to be with one of the co-hosts of Living Podcariously, and I get along fabulously with her. Fabulous. But
Fabulous.
We've had a couple of ups and downs, and, you know, she had a little bit of an issue at the beginning of the relationship with Andrea, the girl I'm with now, but that's okay. It's neither here nor there. She's a wonderful woman. She's my best friend, so I think it's good as far as she's concerned.
Shit, sorry, it's making noise.
No, that's fine.
I didn't know this was so heavy.
I have a couple others, Tach, that I am literally installing a video security surveillance system at my house. I have received some very nasty texts and emails, and I've got some girls that really don't like me. I wouldn't call them crazy. Not at all, but
no?
I would say that some
Are
of
you
them,
only saying that because they're probably listening in on this?
one of them I for sure is.
That's why you don't want to call her crazy.
There's no question. Yeah, I don't want her to kill me.
She's an amazing woman.
Yeah, I don't want her to fucking come kill me or anything. I mean, not trying to start any problems out there. She's a sweet girl. I mean, she was a sweet girl while we were in a relationship together. I completely broke things off with her not too terribly long ago, and she just lost her shit. I guess I wasn't allowed to break up with her. I think that's the real problem there. But
so Tach's going to be taking over Living Podcariously all on his own. If there's any other guys that want to be on the show,
posthumously after Adam is whacked, not in the good way either. No, I've had a couple. And I'm not kidding about that. I was, you know, that's a real thing. Putting up security system for a real reason. But most of my exes are pretty cool. In fact, Andrea met one of my exes. Do you remember the Wyoming girl that I went up to Wyoming with? She's back here in Merritt Island in Orlando now, and she was at the Mardi Gras and the Blues Traveler concert.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. And the two of them met.
How'd that work out?
Worked out great. Gave her a hug. She's a sweet girl. And, you know, it was good. I mean, we're not exactly going to be best friends and go have, you know, fucking lunch next week or whatever, but she's mature about the whole situation. She wasn't really happy with me either a while back, but, you know, I might have said some stories about her that were quite exaggerated and not necessarily 100% the truth, but hey, you know, that led for some comedy, at least on the show. So, but no, not all of them, but some of them for sure. All right. So next question.
Yep.
All right. So this is actually from a person you do know. There's no question about it. Not Scarlett, but it's another person who's been on our show before.
Gotcha.
What was the most horrifying prank you'd ever pulled on a girlfriend, on an ex-girlfriend or ex-wife? Have you ever pranked your old ladies?
Pranked? Wow. Damn, I wish I would have known about these and really think about it. Every time I put on the spot with questions like this, I can never think of anything until later when I'm listening to the episode going, oh yeah, I should have said that. Can you come back to me? Do you have a story?
It says, have I ever pranked an ex? I don't think I have any real horrifying pranks. I don't think I have anything that I know what this listener is angling for. I never did any of this stuff like, you know, faked April Fools with another girl on her or anything like that. I've never done anything like that.
No. You're playing with fire.
Hey, by the way, April Fools and Easter falls on the same day this year. Tell the kids to go find the eggs you never hid on them. Perfect. Or the Easter Bunny never hid. Hopefully we don't have any kids listen to this. No, I don't think I do. I don't think I have any pranks or anything like that I've ever... I
can't think of anything, but I feel like there is something that I'm not thinking of.
So maybe we only have 5 questions this week. No, just kidding. All right, we'll come back to that one.
Okay.
All right. So you're going to love...
All right.
All right. This is a listener-submitted question.
Okay.
Tach and Adam, do circle jerks really happen? Like, just hanging out, platonically masturbating with your boys?
I'm sorry, what? I was almost there, too.
Do circle jerks actually happen? Have you ever had an experience where that has come up?
No. I mean, people, we joke about it. Guys joke about it.
I get it. You said wee-wee. I get it.
No, guys definitely joke about it all the time. And there'll always be that one like, hey, let's do a circle jerk. And I'm like, haha. And then the guy's always like, no, seriously, let's do a circle jerk.
Yeah. I've always heard the stories when I was in high school, you know, about stuff like that, but never was involved in anything like that.
Yeah, no.
That's just a little creepy. I'm sure, hey, look, everything has happened out there somewhere, so I guarantee you that has happened.
I'm sure there's a part, and I'm sure they did it ironically. I mean, but they they went through with it, like a jackass kind of thing, But
hey, that reminds me of a joke I saw my buddy put up on Instagram today.
What's that?
How do you get a nun pregnant?
I think I've heard this.
Have the altar boy shit in her pussy.
What the fuck?
I'll cut that out.
You don't have to. I don't see why.
All right, yeah, no, circle jerks don't actually happen.
No.
I mean, unless you're marooned on an island somewhere with a bunch of dudes. I mean, maybe in a prison.
But
maybe
girls' sleepovers where they make out, so that happens, right?
You know what? That's a good rhetorical question.
It is.
Girls' slumber parties in guys' minds are probably way different than how they actually go down, right? Yeah. I mean, I imagine bra and panties.
Yeah, that's
and wrestling and tickling.
T-shirt and panties, no
tickle partying. Tickle party. That's essentially what it is, right?
Yeah, and then they talk about boys that they want to sleep with, and then they call them up and have them come over and whatever. Yeah,
and then shame them on the phone and make them cry and call their mom. Or is that just me?
That was just, yeah.
All right, yeah. No listener, no circle jerks don't actually happen.
No.
At least to Tach and myself. But you gave us an idea after the show.
Do you want?
What are you doing?
Try it?
All right, we'll see.
Do it, maybe.
So question number 4, we're going to come back to the horrifying prank. So if you have any, think about them. But question number 4, submitted again by a listener. I don't know this girl or woman or whatever, or guy pretending to be a girl or Tach. Who knows?
It totally wasn't me. Jeez.
I hope not, because this is an interesting question if it was submitted anonymously by Tach.
Okay.
What's the deal? Get it, Jerry? No. What's the deal with guys and the inability to admit a little by curiosity? Girls admit it. Why can't men? Tach? This is your topic? Just kidding.
What does that mean? Jesus Christ. Admitting a little bit of bi-curiousness?
Yeah, sure.
Is that what you're saying? Well, Ron did it on the show. He was talking about how he's thinks Ryan Reynolds is hot.
That's a good point. He would straight bang Ryan Reynolds.
He's admitted it. He was like, no, he's fucking hot. That's what he said, And
he gets to see his junk in Deadpool. Just saying.
No, I'm not sexually attracted to guys at all, but I can tell if a guy is attractive or not. Like when guys say, I don't know, I'm a guy. Bullshit.
Yeah.
When there's a good-looking guy versus not a good-looking guy, anybody can see that. Anybody can say, yeah, Ryan Reynolds is a good-looking dude versus Michael Moore, not so much.
You're not going to have a couple of guys in a social setting, though, that are comfortable with each other, kissing each other because it's cool to do in public. You're not going to see that.
That's not
that are not homosexual. I mean, or bisexual even, for that matter. There's some men that are bisexual.
And also, you're not going to get a couple of guys like us, heterosexual guys, just sitting around. We're not going to talk about what Hollywood dude is cuter than the other. That's not going to happen.
Well, there goes our fucking next show, dude. Jesus Christ.
That's not going to happen. We're going to talk about chicks and things like that, unless a question like this is brought up, then we'll discuss it.
I kind of agree.
But we won't do it on our own.
There's still a social taboo about, guys admitting attraction even for another guy. I mean, it's just socially unacceptable or socially taboo unless you cross that barrier and enter the zone where you, quote unquote, come out of the closet and admit either homosexuality or serious bisexuality. Then all of a sudden it's completely accepted. But a guy cannot socially say how good looking another guy is on a regular basis because then society frowns upon that for whatever reason. It's weird.
Yeah, you're talking about like let's say you and I are talking about, say, Ron versus a celebrity.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, that's way different. Like
you can't walk down the street with your boys and be like, damn, his ass looks good in those jeans.
Or that's a good looking dude. That's not going to happen.
No.
You may even think it like, oh, that's a good looking guy. Or I've even said it around just like your friends hanging out or whatever. And then there's the pretty boy of the group. Sorry, not all of us are as pretty as you, something like that,
But that's more like busting your boy's balls.
For instance, Connor, is a good looking dude, and that's unfortunate for us.
He touched my penis with his penis.
And we can admit that.
Yeah.
But
Connor knows it too. He knows what he's working with. All right. Okay. So good question. I mean, that one dug a little bit deep into the guy's psyche. Good question. All right. So, number 5, how often do you get accidental boners? How often do they occur? So let's exclude morning wood. All right. We had a conversation. Okay. I think, was it last week? Maybe it was fucking a burn podcast, but we've already talked about morning wood and that doesn't really count. But an accidental boner. Dude, sometimes if the wind blows right, I'm full mast. But not always.
Something that I've had to point out to girlfriends and stuff. Sorry, my phone's going off. Let me silence it. point to point out to girls and stuff is, if a guy gets a hard-on, it doesn't necessarily mean that he's horny. And it also goes the other way around, too. Just because a guy doesn't have a hard-on doesn't mean he's not horny. So you have to really understand that. So every time a guy has a hard-on doesn't mean he's like, oh, I guess he's horny for me, or I guess, oh, you want to have sex, apparently, because you got a hard-on. It's not always the case. You can get a hard-on for almost anything and for no reason. But how often?
Yeah, how often do you get a
question? I don't freaking know.
How often do accidental boners occur?
I have no idea. I mean, is there a real answer for this?
Yeah, it's probably,
if I had to guess, do you have a number?
It's individual. No, I don't.
Could you guesstimate?
Probably,
don't say the number. Don't say the number yet.
Okay.
But do you have a guesstimate?
Yeah.
For yourself?
Yeah, I'll go.
I was going to say, I want to see if our numbers are the same here. Let me figure out my number. Do you want to say our numbers at the same time?
Let's do it on a month. Take your number, move it to a month. All right, so this many times a month. How many times a month? 1, 2.
Wait.
Oh, you got to do the math. Maybe I need to increase my number a little bit. I'm just kidding.
Obviously, it's less than 12.
Was that because that's how many fingers you've got?
Okay, I got it. Okay.
All right, ready?
I was pretty sure. I just want to double check.
Okay. I can't say one. So 1, 2, 3, go. Is it what?
Is it be 1, 2, 3, blah?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, because I can't say 3 and my number at the same time. Unless my number was 3, then that would make sense. 1, 2, say it. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
We're making this way more difficult.
It's 1, 2, 3, say it.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 8.
October. Oh,
you
what?
motherfucker. I see what you did there. You're a son of a bitch.
10. Sorry.
10? All right. So about the same. Yeah. So I figured maybe twice a week really for me. And, spread it out over 4 weeks or whatever. So.
Wait, twice at what?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
How many times a month? That was the number we were going with.
That's how many times a month?
Yeah. What is yours a day?
How many times a day?
You get 10 hard-ons a day?
I think so. I don't know.
Motherfucker's going to fall off. You've got some good.
You have like 8 hard-ons a month?
Accidental ones? Yes. Outside of
maybe
morning
I need
wood.
to really pay attention.
Outside of morning wood and outside of coitus.
I'm going to do a science experiment.
Oh, get back to us on this.
I'm going to get back to you on that. And I bet our listeners will be over there sitting on the edge of their seats.
Yeah, this is some very
waiting on this
stuff.
one. So I'm going to make a journal. I'm going to do all this.
Are you going to do a Guy-a-ry on it?
Yeah.
A Guy-a-ry?
Yeah. I'm going to do a journal in my phone.
I don't know. I'm still kind of on the edge of that. Guy-a-ry. God damn it.
Guy-a-ry.
All right.
So I'm going to make a journal. I'm going to log all of my, no pun intended, log all of my accidental hard-ons and see how often. I'm just going to do it from the next time we record.
Okay.
So the next episode.
Well, we hope a week, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Okay.
So there it is. Let me start it now. That way I won't forget.
God forbid. If you get into a car accident and somebody has to look at your phone to figure out, what was Tach's last thoughts? How many accidental boners do I get? No, I have reminders. What the fuck? All right. So let's go back to the other one real quick. Have you got any pranks? Did you think of any pranks?
I couldn't think of anything.
Me neither. Sorry to that listener. I can't think of anything. That must mean that listener's got a story. Email it in. You know who you are. Email it in. I want to hear that story. Give us the story of somebody that pranked you, because this is definitely a girl that submitted the question. No question about that. All right, so last question.
Okay.
This is a simple one. Very, very simple. And I have a very simple answer for it.
Okay.
But this question is for you, Tach.
Okay.
Do you ever use that flap that's in your boxers or your underwear? Do you ever use it?
No, never.
Yeah, you always pull them down, right?
Yeah.
It's the most pointless fucking extra pieces of cloth that are in there. So for maybe there's some naivety out there for listeners that don't know. All of guys, whitey tighties, boxers, boxer briefs, everything except for like man thongs, which God, I hope Tach doesn't wear. They all have this flap in the front that is perfect to be able to open up and pull out your junk. Or boxers have buttons or whatever.
Yeah.
So the question was, do you ever use that and take advantage of that feature?
Never.
No.
Never.
And it's kind of because I'm lazy. It's just way quicker just to...
Yeah, it's easier to...
You told us one time before, it's sometimes easier for you just to drop trowel all the way to the ground, just stand there bare ass to the urinal.
It's people started talking to me at the mall and saying it's not a good idea. No, I only do it at home. It's just easier just to pull everything down to mid thigh, and then just I can go hands free then, don't have to worry about pulling down and hold,
I can't do that with a mid-piss shake. My mid-piss shake will have to all over the, no.
Well, once you line up your shot, and then I'm not saying not hold. I mean, sometimes you can line it up and get the flow started and then test. Oh, hands-free.
We got to get Eric back in here. I remember talking about Eric saying he puts one foot up on the shower when you wake up with morning wood to angle it down. Yeah. We need to get Eric back in here. Eric, if you're listening, come back in after the reboot. We want you back in, buddy.
Yeah.
All right.
Got to get John in here too. John was supposed to be here today.
John was supposed to be here tonight recording.
But he's been having some knee problems.
Hip and back. He's kind of old, right? Is he getting a fake hip? Is that
I don't know. He's supposed to get surgery or something on his knee.
Does he have one of those little buttons around your neck that you push the button when you fall in and you can't get up? Does he have that yet? He's kind of old.
Life
older
alert.
Guy.
Life alert.
Yeah, life alert. You need to bring that up on Taint Funny for him and say,
well,
hey.
we haven't gone to that part of the joke, but we have talked about how he's falling and can't get up and you break a hip and shit like that. But yeah,
I'm going to buy John 4 Taint Funny when I get to come back up there because I missed one of your recordings too. I was supposed to come up there and record, but let's face it, I was ridiculously hungover. I don't get hungover that often because when I go to bed when I've been drinking, I drink a lot of water and I never wake up with hangovers. Yeah, I was so drunk I forgot my water, so I missed Taint Funny recording. And I really wanted to get up there, dude. I missed that.
Yeah.
Tell your boys I'll make it up. I'll come up there with pizzas and beer or something. We'll
in the morning.
On a Sunday is that morning? Not a good breakfast? I don't.
No, John will love you and he'll probably make out with you if you bring beer.
I got to be careful not to hit that life alert button.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you: can John actually drink beer with a colostomy bag? I mean, is that allowed? Sorry, John. This is what you get, my friend, for canceling on us for tonight. This is what you get.
Well, I mean, he can easily turn it back on me, saying that he was officially asking me to come pick him up.
Yeah,
tonight.
You missed that cue.
But I don't. He didn't. But then, even if I responded, yeah, he still didn't respond back.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So he's the kind of guy that
he didn't want to
texts questions and then he plugs his phone in the attic and throws it in the back and walks away and doesn't look at it again until morning.
Yeah, Yeah. No, we're picking on you, John. We want you in here. Maybe next Monday if you're not.
Man,
working that grind. All right, so that's the that's going to wrap up the Guy-a-ry. Look, it's a good name. I like it as a play on words, but it sounds too much like gonorrhea and diarrhea. I'm just going to say.
Sounds like a good Tuesday. That's what I'm saying.
All right, Jimmy, thanks for that idea. We're going to run with that until we get something better, which means that's going to be it for pretty much the intent. We're going to be right back. This isn't going to be a sponsored break. This is going to be a short little 10-second DJ Constant riff that you're going to hear. We're going to take a short break in studio. We'll be right back.
And welcome back to Living Podcariously, and this is our final segment of the episode. Hope you enjoyed the music from DJ Constant. And okay, so Adam.
Uh-oh.
Okay, this is a question that I've kind of.
You want to see it? That's fine. I'll show you. Are we going to circle jerk from last segment? Is that? Can you cover up your hand or something? It'd be gay if you actually touch me.
But the question is, okay, so when you're in a somewhat of a new relationship.
Yeah, I'd say very new relationship, but very, very serious, very fast.
No, I got you there. It doesn't have anything to do with that.
Oh, okay.
Okay, it has to do with, you're still in a new relationship. You're still in the, quote, newlywed phase and all that. So, when you and your girl first got together, you made out quite often.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you probably still do that.
Yeah, definitely. I enjoy that.
Does
I think
that wean off over time? And in my past relationships, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's an interesting question. So with any new relationship, it's, the romance is there, and not to say there's not romance in a long-term relationship. Like I was with Scarlett for 10 years. And
do you guys still make out?
Yeah, I absolutely. I wouldn't say daily. Like with Andrea, I take advantage as much as I can. That sounds wrong. I kiss her and get sensual
willingly.
Yeah, but she's also a very sentimental girl. She's very emotional and she enjoys that kind of stuff, and I reciprocate that.
Well, most
I do
women
as well.
do. They love the making out, and I've had relationships go, like, you don't even make out with me anymore. You know, it's like,
yeah.
Well, I don't know. It kind of goes away.
I've been told that I kiss very, very well.
I don't believe you.
Yeah, come here, buddy. Let me plant one on you. Mouth hug? You need a mouth hug, Tach?
Give me a mouth hug.
Our listeners are getting the wrong idea here.
It's okay. We'll jerk off later.
Okay, good.
I mean, no, we don't do that. That's right. What? It's weird.
That's a good question. So, I think it really depends on the communication the couple have. So, if you're in love and you stay in love with the person, then the romance happens naturally. I think. At least I can only speak from my past experiences and the experiences that I've seen out of other friends that are couples, out of my parents. And I know that sounds gross to think about, but that's, irrelevant. They still love each other and they're very romantic.
Not with your mom, it doesn't.
But no, I some of the initial romance absolutely fades just because that's natural. It's a natural order of a relationship. But, no, I even in a long-term relationship that I've been in, I still enjoyed the sensuality of kissing and making out. I still like that. I mean, don't get me wrong. Sometimes you're just down for a quickie, either short time and just need to knock something out real quick and you just skip all the foreplay.
Right.
But I think it's an incredibly integral part of a healthy relationship is to show that emotion.
It is. And it doesn't mean that I didn't care about the girl I was with.
Sure.
Over time, it doesn't have anything to do with it. It doesn't mean I'm not turned on by them anymore. It has nothing to do with that. I don't know. It just... I mean, I'm not saying that, well, okay. I'm a really bad example because I've never had a relationship last longer than like 3 years. So I don't know. Would the making out come back? Maybe. Well, I don't know. I have no idea.
Let's analogize that to something else. So let's take that out. What other things are something that you do a lot with your girl at the beginning of a relationship that may fade over time? Something as simple as holding hands. How about holding hands? Holding hands isn't nearly essential.
It never dies.
Okay, so that's a sign of affection and a public display of affection as well.
Yeah.
That doesn't necessarily ever go away. Some people it does, maybe.
Not with me. It's never gone away. I still always, no matter how long I'm with somebody, I always open doors.
Let's really dumb this down then.
Okay.
Let's really dumb this down. When you buy a new car, you find excuses to go do stuff. Right?
Okay.
You find excuses to go up to the store to buy some bread because you want to take that car out that you really enjoy driving.
Yep.
You find excuses to volunteer yourself to be the driver if you're going out to lunch with the guys or from work or from whatever. You become that volunteer. Then after time, the newness of that relationship with you and your car changes and you don't make out with it as much. No, I mean drive it as much. You were looking at your phone. I was trying to catch you off guard. Yes, success.
I was just reading to see if there was a second part to that question, but go ahead.
Oh, so I think with anything, repetition over time will fade certain types of functions. Even in jobs, you can even take it as far as in your workplace. When you first start your job,
you're just bringing up complacency now.
Absolutely. You know what? You probably just nailed it right on the head. Right. Complacency in a relationship might pull some of the romance out of the relationship. That's why you got to keep it hot, keep it exciting. Dude, you might have just nailed that.
Yeah, and I mean, you kind of just fall into especially with around our age demographic, as you fall into the grind, and it's just trying to keep the boat alive, trying to keep the boat afloat, and not just relationship wise, but just life.
Speaking of boat afloat, did you hear that there's a billionaire that's remaking the Titanic piece for piece, part for part, except he's going to have bilge pumps now. No, it's going to follow safety standards of today as opposed to whenever 1930?
What?
When was the Titanic?
It was like
1900.
Yeah, it was
late 1800s.
Well,
1642. No, I'm just kidding. I don't remember when the fucking Titanic sailed.
I think it was it was like 1900 something maybe.
I know I just segued us off there completely, but there's a blue diamond at the bottom of the ocean I want to go hunt for.
Can we do it right now?
Deal. You go down, I'll tell you when to stop.
Oh. Hi-yo!
Gotcha. No, that's a good question though. It does, ponder some thought.
Is making out just a young person's game?
No, definitely not. No. I mean, I'm 36, and my girl's younger than me, but, I mean, I'm not going to go into the details of the age, but, no, not at all.
Right.
Definitely not.
No, I agree with that, because,
until you don't have teeth, then it'd just be weird.
Because I'm single, but if I met a new girl, obviously we would make out.
We got to get you unsingle, Tach.
Well, hey, speaking of which...
See what I did there?
Consecu.
I tossed that beach ball up. I tossed that beach ball up, and you hit it.
I did, Adam, be proud of me. I did start back up with the dating apps again.
Yes. Which ones?
Tinder and Plenty of Fish.
Yes.
So those ladies out there that are on Tinder, Plenty of Fish, swipe me to the right.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
That's what I'm talking about. I shut down Tinder since I was in this relationship.
I gotcha. And I'm having a few conversations, nothing crazy.
Give it some time.
I did see another person on there. I was just like, Matt, what's up?
Oh, wait. Is it the person I'm thinking of?
Yeah.
One of my ex-girlfriends?
Well, no.
Because there's a few of them out there. Just saying.
No. It's somebody that we both know.
Blonde or redhead?
Blonde.
Blonde. Okay, I know what you're talking about.
And so I was like, Matt, and like,
well, you got to right swipe her. I mean,
yeah.
It's because of
actually,
who it is.
I accidentally upswiped her on accident.
What does an upswipe mean?
See, I did it on accident.
Super like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even know you could really do that. I was doing it on accident because I was trying to scroll and I was like, oh, what the hell just happened? And I was like, oh, I super liked.
Super like.
And then,
super like for people who don't use Tinder. So there's a like, you swipe right for like, swipe left for dislike or nope.
Yeah.
And then if that other person also swipes right on you, then it makes a connection and you guys can start talking.
Yeah.
You cannot message them unless you do that. Now, if you right swipe somebody and they left swipe you, you guys would never know what the other one did ever. Right. So if Tach if Tach right swipes this girl and she to say yes he's interested and she left swipes, she'll never know that Tach right swiped her.
Yeah.
Unless Tach does a super like, which you get like one every 24 hours or something. Super like
something like that
sends an alert to the person that says this person super liked you.
Does it? Okay.
Yes, yeah. It lets them know. I got super liked on there a couple of times. I got a funny story. Maybe I'll save this for the next podcast because it was just before this relationship. This girl super liked me, and let's just say it led to an interesting encounter that turned out just to be a one night stand. I'm in town. This is all that I want to do. Bring some protection. I'll fill you in later on that one. I'll pull up the picture for you.
Well, see, I've actually super liked like 4 people, but 3 of them were on accident because of the way the app works is like, well, first of all, like if you see the main picture, okay, and then it's got the little bio.
Yeah.
But if you want to see more pictures, you got to click on the picture, and then you can swipe right to look at more pictures. And then if you want to read the bio, you scroll up to finish reading the bio.
Yeah.
Well, I'm scrolling up to read the bio.
What's a bio in Tinder? Don't you just look at pictures? I'm kidding.
Don't. I like to read. And so, like, I went to swipe up to read the bio, but forgot I didn't click on the picture first. So what that is, it super likes. I'm like, damn it!
Let me ask you: Did this particular? It's okay to say it because we've told the stories in the past. It was Scarlett, right?
Yeah.
We say that? Okay. Did she still have the Living Podcariously sign on there?
I didn't look through all of her pictures, but not as the main picture. No,
she probably doesn't because she quit. But
I accidentally super liked her because I was going to read what her profile said, and then I accidentally super liked her. I was like, shit. I was like, oh, whatever. And then she must have got the notification because then she like messaged me, hey, and I was like, hey, and so we started talking. And then she's like, just text me because I'm getting ready to shut this down. She's like, I'm not using Tinder anymore. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So we texted like a little while, like a week or 2 ago.
Cool. Yeah, I don't know how she met some people from fucking Alaska and Georgia and Virginia. And
she was like, I was like, why shouldn't I? Oh, it's just so hard to keep up with those conversations. I was like, I know, right?
Yeah, guys have like 4 or 5 Well, we had a
discussion about this.
So one of the episodes that we may eventually release as a plug or something as an extra show. We talked about Tinder and some of the stories off of Tinder, and we compared. I was a single guy using Tinder, and I had maybe 6 or 7 active conversations going at one time, and Scarlett had like 70 active conversations. I cannot keep up with that. I could barely keep up with the 6 or 7 that I had.
Right.
Yeah, it just.
And thank God they stay in there because you have to like read back. What were we talking about? Yeah. Oh yeah. So how's your cat now? You know, whatever. You know, so.
You're gonna get a girl. I don't have a cat, asshole.
Yeah. So I probably between Plenty of Fish and Tinder, I probably have not that many right now because there's days where I don't even pull it up. You know,
are we talking about your dick or Tinder? What do we? Sorry, we can cut that out if that's too far.
No, that's funny.
Have you got any dates out of it yet? Have you gone on taken any girls out?
Okay, here's the thing. I'm too self-conscious right now. This is so not me because like a year or two ago, fuck yeah, I would have like gone on 2 dates by now. Or at least attempted anyway, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm that great, but I mean, but I haven't even tried. They're all just small bullshit talks. And it's going to get to the point where I'm going to be in the friend zone. And then, you know, and there's one chick that's just, oh my gosh, she's gorgeous. Holy shit.
Can I give you a pointer that moved things along very fast for me?
I know how to move it forward.
No, it's something that's fun and innocent. Okay. It doesn't, you don't.
I mean, I know how to.
Oh, okay.
But I'm scared to.
Fuck it. Do it. What's the worst that could happen? Well, all right, she could kill you, but that's not the point. But seriously, let's say if it's a money situation, say, look, I'd really like you a lot.
It's a little bit of the money situation. Mostly has to do with like, I'm self-conscious on my looks right now.
You know what? For the amount of self-consciousness,
I feel bloated and unattractive.
But you're not. You've lost. And I was going to bring this up as one of the show topics, but we kind of ran short on time. You look like you've been losing weight. I need to hit the gym again. I need to start working out. I thought you were going to do the thing with Kim and start working out at her gym. I'm doing that here soon. Know. You don't know? All right.
I think she wants to charge me and I don't have money for that.
Okay.
So, all right. I thought she was going to do like Friends deal, but I think she's going to charge me. I didn't really talk to her much about it, but.
Got it. Yeah, I need to get back in the gym. You're not that bad of a looking guy, Tag. It's not. It has nothing to do with that. Just get in there and knock it out. Girls like nice guys more so than if they've already swiped right on you, they like your appearance. All right, they've already looked at your pictures.
Right. Okay. Here's the thing with my pictures. Okay.
You use ones from 4 years ago.
No.
Got it.
Okay. But I put them in the right order. Okay. Normally you scroll through pictures and you notice that they get fatter and older as you go. I did it the opposite way. I did my worst, fattest picture first because I really don't want to fool anybody.
Yeah.
And as they swipe right, I get younger and thinner.
Was this the ice bucket challenge picture?
Why do you keep giving me so much shit for that?
Oh, because it was a funny picture.
It's a whole video.
Yeah, well, you know what I mean.
Oh, gotcha.
So no real dates out of it yet. When are you gonna land it and try to?
Well, there's this one girl I really like, and she's super cute. Holy shit. She's newly single though. Like she has a
perfect rebound.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how newly single she is, so I'm just judging by she has a newborn. So I don't know. She could have been broken up 9 months. Who knows?
Or she could have a baby's daddy that just decided he wasn't going to be part of the relationship.
Could have been like a one-night stand kind of thing, a knocked up kind of situation. Yeah. Who knows?
Or some women have kids without, being married. They want to, just want to go to the sperm bank and fucking buy some sperm and they're good.
Yeah, she's I'll show you her picture. She's super cute.
What's her sign?
Pisces.
Stupid if you do follow astrology. Yes, astrology.
Astrology, yeah.
Derek had my shit, by the way, last time I saw him because I kept calling it astrology was what he studies, and he studies astronomy at U of F. By the way, we got to have Derek back in here again. I posted something on the gravitational waves, and he responded, or maybe he posted and I responded, but the gravitational waves that were discovered by LIGO. Oh, she's cute.
Yeah.
Damn, how old is she?
35.
Really? She doesn't look 35. I put her in her mid-20s. Good-looking girl. Well, hook it up, man.
And she loves, rock and, tattoos and all that kind of shit.
I have no tattoos. Andrea has no tattoos. She doesn't want any tattoos.
That's just crazy talk.
I kind of do.
You don't have any tattoos?
0.
Holy shit, a virgin.
Yep.
Damn.
I'm going to go in and immediately request sleeves or neck or face. You got to let me know when the dates happen because we've kind of shifted perspectives now. Instead of me being the one going out there and dating on the show, you're going to be the one going out there and dating because I've got a pretty steady girl that, whatever. But you got to let me know, man.
I will. Now that I kind of think about it as show research kind of a thing, then I'll definitely.
There you go.
There's my angle.
There you go.
Or at least my mind. That's my angle.
The thing I wanted to tell you though, just because it's fun, I actually learned this from a girl while dating girls on Tinder. She taught me this. This didn't come out of any book or anything. Is to play the truth or dare game. And I know it sounds immature and innocent and whatever. It is so much fun.
No, I got you. Yeah,
it is so much. Seriously, just go, I know, look, this app is kind of boring. Let's make it a little bit more fun. Let's do a truth or dare. Keep me looped in, man. I want to know. Bring those stories to the podcast.
I definitely will. Will. So this kind of goes along with what we were discussing before we got into the whole Tinder conversation.
All right.
This is kind of like a second parter. It might even have the same answers. So the question is, do you think sex gets less frequent when you get into a serious relationship or even married? And why do you think that is? And maybe ladies can help us out.
Yeah, that's a good angle. I see what I did there. Yeah, of course, man. That's just how it happens. And early in the relationship, it's all new experiences, so it's different for both of you. And as time goes on, you really have to make an effort to satisfy your other girl. You really got to get it in there.
I was thinking the same thing.
But no, you really got to put forth more of an effort later. Early in the relationship, it just happens spontaneously, just because of the newness of the relationship and the butterflies in both of your guys' stomachs. But it's just you just got to make an effort at it.
Yeah, I mean, my one girl I was with, we try to do the 100-day challenge, which is you have sex every single day for 100 days.
Yeah, that's difficult.
It is difficult. Well, I think we only made it up to, we had to
skipping cycles?
Huh?
Skipping cycles or plowing right through it?
I don't care about, I'm on my period, so I'm just not going to go down on it. That's all.
Some girls have serious pain, though, so it's still different.
Right. But yeah, usually, with her, I think we just plowed through, but I don't even think we made that far, so I think we only made it to maybe a couple of weeks, like somewhere in between 2-3 weeks or something like that. And it was just because it got to be a chore, and it's supposed to help the relationship. It's supposed to bring you closer. It's supposed to, that's the whole goal behind it. But then it just got to to be a chore, and it was like, oh my God, I don't feel like doing this tonight.
Could you do it twice in a day and then skip the next day?
No.
Damn.
And then it was just one night we were just I'm too exhausted. I just can't tonight. Yeah, either. And that was it. And we had a pretty healthy sexual relationship. I don't know what you consider healthy. We were married, and we had kids and all that. So this is my last wife.
So married with kids.
And we were still doing it.
A very good sexual relationship would be, once or twice a month. No,
really?
I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding.
I was like, holy shit. No, we were very sick.
I would say between 2 and 4 days a week. 2 and 4 times a week is healthy.
It's 2-3 times a week.
Right,
It's not bad. It's pretty good.
Everybody's sex drive is different too. So some girls there are some females out there that are ridiculously high in the libido. Right. And some that are, shut down completely. 100% until certain things balance out in their life. I've been with those
people too.
Yeah.
I was in one relationship where we didn't do anything for over a year.
Oh,
nothing.
Yeah, that's called a friendship tag. That's not.
That's why I used to say it was like she's like a roommate. You know?
Was this that lesbian? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No. You turned her gay. Good job. Now you got to work on it, man. As the marriage goes on or as the relationship gets longer, you got to work on that. And there's also something to be said. And I'm not trying to say anything negative about your ex relationships, but if there is a lack of attraction, that is a very, very telltale sign that something's wrong. So if you're not sexually attracted to the partner that you've decided to, make a relationship and a life with, you need to start asking yourself some pretty serious questions. Is it something with me? Is it something with her? Is it physical? Is it emotional? Because a lot of times, man, our heads get in the way. I'm not talking dickheads. I'm talking our mentality, our things above our neck get in the way of us having good sexual relationships.
No, I think you're right. I do have that problem sometimes. I've been in those relationships where I just wasn't sexually attracted to the person. And I wish that I was. I would pray to Lucifer or whoever that I would just be sexually attracted to this person. Not that there was anything wrong with them. They weren't ugly. They weren't, just and I was attracted to them, of course, especially the personality and that person, who she was. And I thought she was great and awesome.
Speaking of this, last week we talked about something in our show, and it said you said you were really attracted to a girl who dresses down. Do you remember this?
Yeah, dress down versus
I missed a joke, and our boy Ron texted me as he was listening to the show. He said, "This is what you should have said, and if I was there, I would have said this." When you said, "I really like a girl who dresses down," that's what really turns me on sometimes. Ron chimed in and said, "What, like Down syndrome? That's what turns you on?
Yeah.
You're a freak. You're a freak. What's wrong with you?"
Yeah, Ron told me that.
Ron, that's for you, buddy.
But so these girls are great, awesome, and would make perfect girlfriend material, or even potentially something later. There was no physical attraction. It just bothered me, and it pissed me off, because I was like, I'm missing out on a great relationship, potentially a great relationship here. And I was so bothered by the fact that I just wasn't physically attracted, and it pissed me off.
Yeah.
And that happened more than once. And I don't know what my problem is. It's got to be me. It's not. And there's people that
maybe, but I mean, you can't take all the blame for something like that. It takes two to make a good relationship, Tach. It really
But they
does.
didn't do anything wrong. I mean, they were just being them. You know?
I can't analyze it. I don't know all the details. Right. That's difficult to.
But I mean, that's the big picture. That's the quick version. And like, they did nothing wrong. They were nothing but awesome and very giving and caring and no problems. And you know, I had no complaints except other than the fact that I wasn't physically attracted, and I hated that. I just
finished a book. Now, I've told you in the past about me reading some of these pickup artist books. I just finished reading the latest book by this particular author. Ron actually told me about it being out. He saw it. He doesn't read these books, but he told me it was out. Right. So I checked it. I downloaded it. I bought it, and I listened to it. And it was interesting. He goes from dweeb of a guy in the first book, in his pickup artist book, dweeb of a guy, to number one pickup artist in the world. No questions, bar none. Then in his next book, he goes from sexual addiction rehabilitation therapy to swingers clubs and all of these crazy, what's the term when you have multiple lovers? Not multiple wives, but multiple love relationships.
It's not polyamorous?
Yeah, polyamorous. Yes, thank you. Yeah. So he goes into a polyamory community, tries to find the perfect relationship there, and then full circle comes all the way back around. I won't ruin the end of the book, but he has a full circle through his entire journey, and it's all up in his head. It has nothing to do with these other people, has nothing to do with, sexual desires or sexual needs, him being afraid of whatever. It comes full circle back around, and it's got a really cool ending. But I don't really have a moral to that story, but it's an interesting journey that this guy took through this life, and I think I saw a little bit of that when I was going through the single online dating shit like you're starting to do now.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, it's a lot of fun. It's stressful too, but it's a lot of fun. There's something to be said for that.
That's
just
cool.
Watch for those fucking crazy signs right up front. Just watch for those. Just saying.
I've been pretty fortunate in the past, so I've been pretty lucky. Let's put it that way. Like when I was going through these apps, I was blazing through these chicks, and I had a good time, and I got really lucky on several occasions. Really lucky versus meaning no pregnancies, no STDs, no crazies, no stalkers out of all of them, and I got lucky.
I did the whole. That's always a walk of shame, going into the STD STI clinic and saying, "What do you want to be tested for?" Everything on the chart, please. Just get it all out of the way. I did this not too long ago, Tach. Just to air a little bit of my personal life.
Yeah.
Just because I've been with, I've been very safe, but that you can't always be perfect. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I took care of that, and it was kind of interesting when she was going through the charts, telling me everything. She's like, "That's interesting. You never want to hear that in a fucking clinic like that."
You think they see this shit every day?
Yes. She's like, "Oh, most people always test positive for this, but you're negative." So I was fucking clean as a whistle. So
That's good.
I was very happy with that. But anyway, you want to get out of here?
Yeah, man. Let's do it.
All right, brother. So for the listeners, thanks for downloading episode number 2 for Living Podcariously. Check us out on Facebook, facebook.com/livingpodcariously. Twitter is @Podcarious, PODCARIOUS. Livingpodcariously.com is our website. We're doing a little bit of a facelift of that. I know we keep saying that on each one of the shows, but we got a buddy of ours that's hooking us up. We don't have a whole lot of money to spend on website design, creation, branding, all that shit yet, but that will eventually turn around, and hopefully the shows are entertaining enough. So the little bit of sponsorship we do have on the show, we would appreciate you guys checking them out. So Last Drop Vape for any of your vaping oils, if you guys vape out there, and then Rave in a Box for any of your party supplies. They don't pay us a whole hell of a lot of money other than just pretty much what it costs to host the podcast and keep it available for you guys to download for free. We're never going to get to a point where we're going to charge you for this shit. So we hope you enjoy the free shows, but check out our sponsors. It would mean a lot to us. On behalf of Tach and I am Adam, thank you for listening to episode number 2 of Living Podcariously.
See ya. Hey guys, this is Tach from Living Podcariously. You can also check out other content I have. I also co-host a podcast called Tain't Funny on iTunes and Stitcher. It's me and 3 of my buddies. We talk about movies, television, video games, comic books, you name it. It's a comedy podcast called Tain't Funny. And you can check us out at taintfunnypodcast.com.